Hey everybody, thank you for joining me again. This is Damien. We are now on day 36 of our adventure of our first phase of 55 days of going from being unemployed, overweight, and broke to having a job or at least good cash flow, being in shape, and having some kind of financial stability. May not be a ton of money, but at least we'll have money in the bank. And this is going for 5 months to December 22nd of 2013. As I'd stated, this is day 36 in the first phase of 55 days. So thanks for checking back in. Today what I want to talk about is simplifying your life. You know, you might be in a situation just like I have been in where you've been forced to simplify, and I know we talked about it. If you look at some of the previous video blogs I've uploaded, I talked about how to get immediate cash flow in the situation that you're in by selling some things, and you may have been forced to put yourself in a position of where you sold maybe some favorite artwork, you sold some vases, you sold some stuff, kitchen utensils, supplies, anything you had laying about in the garage. Maybe you had a hobby, some gear that you had collected for a hobby, whatever it might be, a sports thing, or like in my case, I had a electronic drum kit that I was trying to teach myself drums, like a big one, not like, you know, one of those tabletop old school 80s Casio drum kits, but like a full range with a kicker and everything. And I said, you know, I don't need this. I can sell it and get rid of it. And my wife and I have sold a lot of her stuff. And so we've been forced to simplify. But you know, it's actually a good feeling to simplify. Maybe not in this situation where you've lost your job and you have to simplify and sell things to pay bills, but it's a good feeling. And there was actually a whole movement in the late 90s, actually the 2000s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, that people, that's all they were talking about was simplifying their lives, and how, you know, we tend to get so much clutter and we amass so much things. We feel like we need all the cars, multiple cars. We feel like we need a boat, you know, jet skis. Like, I'm talking about people when they get in a position of making money or maybe dual income where you can afford some of the toys. You get in your middle class and you're like, okay, I've got a little extra cash, I can buy this, buy that, whatever it might be. And so you start accumulating, and you know, the more things you have, actually, the less happy people tend to be. It's really true, because there's more things to worry about, there's more money, there's more insurance, there's more upkeep, maintenance, and repair. There's just all these things that go with it. And I know so many people, and I won't name them, my friends, you know who you are, that have boats and multiple boats and haven't touched them since last year. Maybe it's been over a year since they've been in any of the recreational vehicles, their boats, campers, RVs, four-wheelers, anything that they've had. And so it's kind of a false trap. You think you're going to be happy by having it, it's fun for a while, and then it ends up being something that's just difficult. And that applies to a lot of things in life, whether it's collectibles, whether it's, you know, you have to have this new gadget, that new gadget, go to Target, you got to have all these new things that you see in the weekly ads, and you just never feel happy. You always feel like you're striving for the next thing to, and if only if I had that, I'd be happy. When really you need to learn that if you simplify your life and learn to get by with less and learn to enjoy the simple moments, it will make a lot more of an impact and help you be a lot happier in your life than accumulating all that stuff. I want to share with you some tips today on ways that you can simplify your life. And one of the easiest things to do first is just to identify what your main objective is for the next 30 days. You know, what is it, your number one objective? If you had to pick one, what do you want to get done in the next 30 days? And then ask yourself every week, what's my one objective this week? And the reason that, you know, I'm talking about objectives and maybe a goal, main number one goal over, you know, stuff and accumulation is because I find that simplifying your life, the first thing you have to do is you have to simplify your mind. You really have to get rid of a lot of the clutter in your mind that's holding you back. And a way to do that is to know firmly and with clarity what your number one objective is for the next month, and then what's your objective each week. And you can even ask yourself, what's my objective today, my number one objective, and it'll give you peace of mind and help you to simplify a little bit. So that's the first thing you need to do. The second thing that you need to do is you need to delegate. You know, right now, if you're trying to find a job like I am, you don't necessarily need to be worrying about some of the things that you used to worry about maybe when you were employed, because your number one focus should be finding a job, or at least creating multiple streams of income and other ways of sources of cash flow in your life. And so you have to learn to delegate. If you have kids that you can pass some work off to, if you have a spouse, significant other, friends, family members, somebody that will step in and help you out in this time, to not have to stress over a lot of things that aren't going to matter, that'll have no impact on you creating multiple income streams or getting a job. So delegate, okay? Get rid of some of the stuff if you can, things that you need to get done. The next thing is, as we talked about before, get rid of stuff. You know, get rid of stuff. Just go through your house and say, What is it that I can do without? What will not kill me? And a lot of stuff, a lot of people, and I love my wife. You guys know that from these video blogs and me talking about her, but she tends to hold on to things. She's not a hoarder, but she is a holder. When she gets something she likes, she wants to hold on to it for a long time. And I respect that and understand that. I, on the other hand, thought I was a holder, but found through a move a few years ago when I moved to Florida, I had all my stuff in storage, my entire household. So if you can imagine a 3-bedroom household with everything, every hobby, every fishing item, and golfing, any gear I had, all my crap was locked up in a storage unit up north for almost 3 years, 2.5 years while I lived here in Florida. And in 2.5 years, I didn't see it, I didn't touch it, I didn't use it. And when we went up, my wife and I went and got it last September and brought it back down to Florida, there was so much stuff that I hadn't seen in so long I forgot about. Well, I'll say this, if you can go 2.5 years, or if you can even go a year without seeing it, touching it, using it, then you don't need it. There's a good chance that you can get rid of it. So we had a big yard sale last summer and blew out a lot of stuff, got rid of a lot of my stuff, a lot of collectible stuff that I was just hoarding in a way and holding on to, whether it be baseball cards from years past and collectibles, things that I thought I just absolutely had to have, I got rid of. So I want to encourage you, get rid of stuff. There's stuff that you can live without that you think you can't, and when you don't have to stare at it, when you don't have to look at it every day, it will simplify your life. It'll make you feel a lot calmer and more at peace in your mind when it's gone, okay? So do that. And then the last thing I want to encourage you to do on our day today is going forward is to try to set aside some time to relax every day. If you work on these things, the main objective, you work on getting rid of delegating stuff, activities that you can delegate to other people, and you get rid of stuff in your house and simplify, start selling some of your stuff. The last thing you need to do is you need to just find time every day to do something enjoyable for just a little bit of time. I'm not talking about being lazy and sitting around all day doing nothing. I just mean that you need to set aside some time to reward yourself during this process of finding a job. One of the things that my wife and I are doing now is we're going to a free pool, and so we're going to a pool every night for about an hour, and we just go and we catch up about her day and my day. We sit and talk, and it's just a real relaxing, enjoyable time, and it doesn't cost anything, and it's just something to simplify. So with that, I want to encourage you to follow those steps, and hopefully it'll help you to simplify your life and feel a little bit better, a little calmer and clearer minded than you were a day ago. So have a good one, and catch up with me again tomorrow if you get an opportunity.